I'm loving this. Mess around and find out. New York is about to find out the hard way that their super tyrannical method of rule does not play well for the rest of the, quite frankly, even the rest of the state. On Saturday, in the wake of this activist judge's ruling fining Trump and his kids just shy of like $500 million for allegedly overvaluing their real estate, and Democrats are already seeing the fallout from this. They are in full damage control at this point, and I am here for it. New York Governor Kathy Hochul, who I don't think should be there in the first place, I think she realized what she did about a year too late and rushed to any microphone that would take her.
That this is really an extraordinarily unusual circumstance, that the law-abiding and rule-following New Yorkers who are business people have nothing to worry about because they're very different than Donald Trump and his behavior.
This shows you how little she knows about nothing Trump did was anything different than anyone else in the real estate industry. Every developer, every landlord, every property owner, we want to get the most value out of our asset, okay? And we will try to evaluate it as such. And anyone who says otherwise has absolutely no idea how that industry works. They just don't. I mean, clearly, they valued Mar-a-Lago at like $18 million. When a much smaller house, look, right next door to Mar-a-Lago is that big red circle, by the way, or square. Much smaller house right next door, 1/30th the property. It just sold for $29 million. Another one across the street, that one right there. Super small property compared to Mar-a-Lago, just sold for $39 million. Up the street, there's a bunch more. $50 million, $80 million, $100 million, all a fraction of the size of Mar-a-Lago. But hey, Judge Engoron, whatever, dude. Please, Kathy Hochul, lecture me again on how Trump is the bad guy. What they did on the valuist stuff, these Democrats are the real criminals. Think about that. This standard won't just apply to Trump. This is just the first time they're doing it, but let's say you own a business in New York as a Republican, and maybe you want to run for office one day, or maybe even want to speak at a school board meeting. Ah, shucks. It would be a real shame if the state of New York reevaluated your borrowing power. Better not step out of line and challenge us Democrats. That's what they're doing here. That's the signal. That's what this did. All the Trumps moved out of this state because of these stupid policies. That lost the state millions of dollars in taxes alone. So they come after him in the civil. It's not even a criminal court, where the burden of proof in civil trial is just erroneous at best. I mean, it's so low, the bar's literally on the floor. And that's what they did here. There's no victim in this crime. Real Americans know we're not stupid. We see this. We know what we're trying to do. And the best is yet to come, though, in response to this. The truckers, and I am so happy to hear that. These guys come through all the time. They're like, oh, we're not about the COVID vaccine mandates. We're going to storm Canada and make their life horrible. Truckers, starting today, are refusing loads to New York City. I am totally here for this and totally encourage it. And I hope truckers watching this jump in on this bandwagon. Look, I work in this city, and people here throw a tantrum if they run out of their favorite cold brew, mocha, chaka, whatever they drink every morning here, the $9 coffees. I mean, do it. I will happily bring my own lunch from here on out. I don't want any. When grocery stores start running out of food, I'm not sorry. I hope it goes this far. I want them to look like the shelves in Ethiopia. That is the only way these people will start realizing how disconnected they are from the rest of America. You make these ivory tower liberals listen to you because you know damn well that they would do this to us if there were more than 4 Biden voting truck drivers. You got your judges on the left, you got your taxes and your media sycophants that you use to wage war on people like us who just want to work and keep the money that we go to work for every single day. Guess what? We got our truckers. Let's see who wins on that one when you can't find a loaf of bread. It'll be fantastic. You don't have to rescind your ruling, Judge Engoron. Of course not. I'm not telling you to do that. But truckers don't have to deliver anything to your city either. Have a nice day. This is exactly why Trump keeps going up in the polls, because the party that screams democracy is removing Trump from ballots. They're creating crimes to charge him with that are now a state-endorsed action, and they took someone's business. Think about that. They're just not, grasping the fact of how bad this is. One, you're not going to stop Trump. And two, real America doesn't want you to do this. Even people that I know who really don't like Trump are disgusted by this. People who voted for Joe Biden that are in my family are like, man, this is really bad. I'm probably going to stay home the next election. Nothing new here, though. I've watched the liberal left, the big city elites, these people They just poo-poo real people, blue-collar Americans with this level of disdain that honestly, like, I couldn't even imagine. I've been saying this from day one. These are the same liberals that have no idea how much they actually rely on real, everyday working Americans, which is who Trump represents. And they're about to find out the hard way. Look, businesses have already been fleeing liberal states like New York. The signs are on the wall. These people aren't listening. They're leaving for more free, more conservative states with lower taxes and Republican policies, most notably during the draconian COVID lockdowns that didn't work, and now have been determined to actually be worse than the actual thing they were meant to prevent, by the way. That really woke a lot of people up, because science and stuff. I don't know if people in New York like being abused by somehow feel better living under this type of crazy oppressive government. I mean, they're even banning gas stoves. No answer to that one, by the way, and what they're going to replace them with. But the same people keep electing these socialists to burden their electorate with higher taxes, more regulations, and now perhaps the most insane prosecution of their political opponents. Remington, perfect example. The gun company that is a national icon. They've been in New York for like 200, I think it's like 1816. They're leaving the state. I mean, it's unrelated to the Trump case, but rather the overall policy of New York. This is taking directly and indirectly almost half the jobs from that town. I mean, really, great job, Kathy Hochul. Really outstanding governorship there. Your anti-gun policies, including allowing Remington to be sued by the families of the Sandy Hook victims for like $70 million because Bushmaster produced the item that was used by a criminal. This is insane. That's driving them out of the state, costing your people hundreds, probably thousands of jobs, actually. New York also has like one of the highest minimum wages. And all these factory workers are like, hey, we're going to get it replaced with something else. Like, hey, governor, can you work with it? No, nobody is coming here to do manufacturing anymore. I honestly would like to know what Kathy Hochul or any of these deep blue state governors say to a bunch of folks who have factories like Remington that leave. Oh, sorry, my policy sucks and drove your jobs out of the state. Maybe you learned to code. I don't know. What do you tell someone like that? You have entire families and generations employed by Remington at that factory. I guess you just got to make these people learn the hard way. Truckers, I can't overstate this. You have an unbelievable amount of power here. Might be time to wield it.